Hi everyone, my name is Elena and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to do your first card. If you're a beginner, this tutorial is for you. You can do it in different colors. You can also add stripes, but for now, I'm just gonna show you how to do this plain one. Let me know in the comments if you want more tutorials. But yeah, enough with the chit chats, let's dive right in. For this tutorial, you're just gonna need 5 things. Yarn. If you are a beginner, I suggest you to pick a bigger weight. The hook that your yarn suggests. I honestly picked a smaller one, but if you watched my previous video, Crochet 101, I'm gonna explain to you the different hooks and yarn and basically everything you need to know. So if you need more information, go check that out. You're gonna need scissors, a measuring tape or a ruler, and then this is totally optional, you can use a bigger hook. This is to put the tassels in. I found that with a bigger hook it's easier, but if you're a beginner and don't want to buy a lot of stuff, especially because this is a 7mm hook, I don't think you're gonna use this as much. So if you just want to buy a smaller hook, that's okay too. And yeah, I think that's all. Let's start. Okay, so as always, we're gonna start by making the slip knot. So we're gonna hold a little bit of tail between our thumb and ring finger, then wrap it around to our index and middle finger, and then wrap it around again to make a cross, and then putting the yarn between again our thumb and middle finger. Go with the hook facing the ground under the first line of yarn and over the second line, and then pull and slide it, and there he is. Now we're gonna pull the tail that ends with our skein of yarn, and now we're gonna wrap the yarn around our fingers. So in the pinky we're gonna go in the front, behind the ring finger, front to the middle finger, and behind the index finger, and we're gonna hold our hook as we prefer, but I prefer to hold it this way. So pinky, ring, and middle finger are wrapping around the hook. Thumb is on the hook is facing us, and the index finger is sliding the loop on our hook. Now we're gonna wrap the yarn from back to front, turn the head to the ground, slide it, and turn the head back to you. Again, from back to front. Keep the tail with your thumb and ring finger or thumb and middle finger. The head is currently facing you, and now the head turns down and you slide it through the loop and come back up. And you do this until you reach your desired width of the scarf. If you pull the tail that's connected to your skein of yarn, the chains will undo. Perfect, like that. Now we're gonna do 2 extra chains. So as always, 1 and 2. And now it's time for the double crochet. So if you saw my last video, you know how to do it, but if you didn't, that's okay. The head of the hook is always facing us. We're gonna yarn over, so from back to front. And now we're gonna skip 2 chains. So 1 chain, 2 chains, we're gonna go into this one. So after we have yarned over, keep your index finger in the 2 loops on your hook. Put the hook inside the chain like this. Yarn over, so as always from back to front. The hook is facing the ground and we're gonna slide it through, and again it's facing us. So now we have 3 loops on our hook, as you can probably see. We're gonna yarn over again. Hook is starting to face the ground. We're gonna pull through only these 2 loops, 1 and 2, facing the ground, and now after 2 loops the hook will come back up and face us. Yarn over again from back to front as always. Hook it's starting to face the ground, and after the last 2 loops it's gonna come and face us again. And you're gonna repeat this all over the chain. So yarn over, insert the hook through the chain, yarn over, hook facing the ground, pull it through, rise. Now we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, the hook is starting to face in the ground, 1, 2, rise again, yarn over, hook is facing the ground, 1, 2, and rise again. The last time, yarn over, insert it into the next chain. Remember that this is the chain we already inserted the hook in, so we do not want to put the hook inside this one, but we are gonna put it inside the next line. So this one, you see they have little lines, and we're gonna put it inside this line right here. So again, yarn over, insert it into the next line, yarn over, hook facing the ground, comes back up, yarn over. We have 3 loops on our hook. After you yarn over, you will have 4 loops, hook facing the ground, ooh, hey, hook again, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 loops. Like that. You're gonna continue doing that all throughout the chain. And on our last chain we'll do the same, so yarn over, insert it into the chain, yarn over, again pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the first 2 loops, yarn over, and the last 2 loops. So this is row 1. It's okay, you see mine is a little bit going like this and like this, but that's okay. If it does not, that's okay too. Remember, this is what you should end up with. So every little chain has a double crochet. Now we're gonna chain 2, 1 and 2, turn our work, and we're gonna continue doing double crochets inside the little V's, 1V, 2V, 3V, etc. So yarn over, insert the yarn through both loops of the V, yarn over again, pull through, yarn over again, pull through 2, and yarn over again and pull through 2. As you can probably see, this is the V we already did. If you stretch it, you can see there's a stitch attached, but these ones we have not already did. So we're not gonna go into this one again, we're gonna go into the next V. So yarn over, insert into the V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, insert it into the V, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're gonna repeat this all throughout. Remember, you're gonna go into the V, so in your hook there should be this V right here. So yeah, that's basically it. We are gonna continue until the end of the row. Okay, now I finished my row, and don't worry if it looks a bit like a V, it's gonna come out straighter after. At the end of every row we're gonna chain 2, turn our work, so from this to this, and again we're gonna just repeat row 2 until we reach the measurement of our scarf. So just yarn over, insert it into the V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're gonna just repeat this until you reach your desired measurement, and then I'll show you how it will be.
Tutto quello che accade crea una trama che poi viene raccontata ed è quello che si vede nel programma. Per cui no, non è recitato, non ci si mette in gioco. Voglio dire, io stesso, se io entrassi in questo
Mente insieme e sia quello giusto?
It's a couple of days later. Please don't look at the mess in my desk. Let's just not talk about it, but I finished my scarf. It's at a length that I kind of like. You will just have to keep going as I taught you until you reach your desired length. And now it's time to make the last stitch. So I'm just gonna again yarn over, put the hook inside my last stitch, yarn over again, pull it through, and now I'm gonna yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Now how to close your work, it's simple. I guess you already know this, but just chain one and pull. We're just gonna cut the yarn and pull this loop like this. Now it won't undo. If you want to be extra sure, you can make a knot. And now we have to weave in our ends. So you can do this either with a darning needle or, as I usually do it, with a crochet hook. So you're just gonna go inside a couple of stitches like that. Until the last one. Take your yarn, so yarn over, and pull through all the loops. As you can see, it kind of disappeared. Now you're just gonna cut the end, and voila! And we're gonna do it also on the other side. Again, I'm gonna go through some stitches randomly, like whatever loop I find, it's okay. Yarn over and pull through all the loops. And then cut the yarn. Okay, so now we have a little scarf. You can leave it like that, or we're gonna add some tassels and a little bow. We're just gonna choose a measurement randomly like this and cut a piece of yarn like that. Remember, the tassels are gonna like be half of the measurement. So we're just gonna take the yarn and make it the same measurement as the piece we just cut. You could also just use a measuring tape for this. So once you find that the end of the yarn, you just take it with your fingers and keep going from side to side until you reach your desired like width of your tassels. I think like this it will be okay. So I'm just gonna cut the yarn. We're gonna find a stitch, usually the first one, put our hook through it, find the middle of your thing that we just created, take the thing inside, yarn over with all the yarns on your hook. I suggest you to do this with a larger hook, but if you can't, that's okay, because you see. And now we just created our first tassel. We're gonna take our yarn, follow it until the yarn finishes, the piece of yarn finishes, and then fold it, hold it until the yarn finishes, then here fold it, and again. And repeat this until you reach your desired tassel width. Well, not exactly, because again, it's gonna be double, so, you know, just do whatever you like, honestly. I'm just gonna cut the yarn, find a stitch. I usually skip one stitch and attach it into the next one. Fold your tassel thing in half doesn't have to be perfect. Hook insert it into the stitch, the tassels fold in half, and make it pass it through the chain. I don't know if you can see, hopefully yes. Yarn over with all the tassel. If you're a beginner, please use a larger hook because it's actually not that easy. I should too use a larger hook actually. I'm gonna grab it later. And then just pull through all the loops. Like that. And just like do this thing where you pull that into the ceiling. And now we have our tassels. We have not finished them, but we're just gonna continue during all the width of our scarf. If you want to make them more regular, just count how many times you fold the thing and do this thing, you know. Okay, for reference, I just counted them, and there are 7 threads. Like, I don't know if you can see before 3, but this totally depends on the yarn you're using. If you're using a smaller yarn, you might want to fold them more times. But yeah, so I'm just gonna skip 1 stitch. Whether if you're using a bigger weight of yarn, you can fold them less times. Oh my gosh, I keep messing up! Maybe because I'm excited about the results. Maybe it's just that. I mean, I'm good at crocheting, so I shouldn't be messing. I'm just too excited, you know, I just drank a coffee. I should totally use a bigger hook, like 5.5mm was not a good choice. I mean, better than 3mm, but I'm gonna take my 8mm out. Yeah, I'm liking it! So excited! As you can see, I finished with the first set of tassels, so I'm just pulling them so they're nice and tight. Let's say we wanted 9. Maybe that's too much. No, it's not too much. But yeah. So 9, okay, like that. Let's see how we did that. It's a bit like cutting hair. Okay, almost there. But for now we're just gonna do rough cuts. Like, it doesn't matter if they're like little fries, you know, all different measurements. But for now we're just gonna go the rough cuts. So 9. Okay, so I put the tassels in and I roughly cut them in both sides. Obviously this one has more, but I honestly do not care that much. It's time to give the final haircut to this tassel. I am gonna take the tassels and like snap them a little bit. I took the shorter tassel section so I can just compare it to the other ones. Knots are at the same height. And now snap, 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 snap. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Like, be careful, please do not this on your bed because otherwise you will go to sleep with hundreds of little pieces of yarn, you know. Now the tassels should be more or less all the same length. And now it's time to add the bow. This is totally optional, the tassels were optional, the bows are optional. I'm gonna show you how to do it, you can decide to do it or not to do it. So we're gonna take another color of yarn, I'm gonna take this white. For this easy bow, you're just gonna take the yarn, wrap it to the center, and then wrap it again, making 2 loops that should more or less be the same whiteness. And then you're gonna take this yarn, wrap it under, over, make a knot, and then pull the yarn closer to you. Adjust anything if this is needed. And just pull it. And then we have a little bow. I'm gonna show it to you again. So, place the yarn like this. Do a little loop and then another one. Now this piece of yarn is gonna go under like that and then over. So this is what you should be at. And now we're gonna insert it right here inside of this. So it should look like this. And now we're gonna take this and just make it smaller. And now we have our little bow. And now we can either sew it to the scarf or put a little bit of fabric glue on the scarf and the bow and just place it there. I ended up just putting some fabric glue on the bows and I think it came out cute. I didn't attach the little bow tails just because I like them better this way. But I put some glue on here, 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 and here, so the loops will stay clean and good looking, you know? But yeah, that was all for today's video. Subscribe if you want to, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, do whatever, honestly. If you want to ask me for some new patterns or have some type of advice you want to give me, please leave them in the comments. I'm still new to YouTube videos and tutorials, so I might get something wrong, I might not explain everything so well. So yeah, leave them in the comments. I read every comment I get on every social, so yeah. That was all for today. Bye!